Welcome back to Something to Noodle On. I'm your host, Mac.
And I'm Hannah. We are average 30-somethings exploring the complex questions that keep us awake at night.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we are. You know what? Lately, we've been wanting you guys to thumbs up or star or do the thing to the podcast.
Like, subscribe, hit that bell, do whatever.
Do the thing for the platform in which you need to do the thing for.
Correct.
Please
And thank you.
Apparently saying do the thing is super millennial.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I always say that, but I guess we're millennials.
I can confirm I am 100% a millennial. That's me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, guys, if you want to hear advice from some two old millennials, that's what we're here to do. So we put out the question on Instagram, which honestly filtered some interesting answers because of the way I worded the question. So the question I put out on Instagram was, what has been on your mind lately, and or what do you need a new perspective on? Yeah. So guys, we got like 25 plus responses. We don't have time to get into all of it, but we picked some of our favorites. I think there's at least 15 of them, maybe more. I don't know. The first one, this one comes from Danielle, and they said, so like genuinely, I don't know how to talk about things that like come to mind and stuff. But like lately, I've been feeling depressed and stuff, and I don't know how to handle it anymore. I used to know how, but on days it's hard for me to handle, and I don't always know how to talk about it to the people who I love. Oh, and they're 17, just for like flavor perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. So genuinely, or like what they're trying to eventually like say exactly is that they've been feeling really down, they're depressed, and they don't know how to talk about it with the people that they're around, right?
Like they don't know how to share those feelings, right? They don't know how to bring those up. Okay.
Yeah. How do you share feelings?
I write mine down.
Yo, my therapist said that too. Like, no, legit. Like, have a journal. It's so helpful.
Sometimes when we have our thoughts in our head and we want to express them, but sometimes we get too choked up or we're afraid to express them, I write them down.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I have to share them, if I want to share them with my family or this person, if I want to share them with the people around me, then I bring what I wrote down with me. So that way I can keep my thoughts on track.
Yeah, reference.
Without getting
lost in the sauce. Yeah.
like too emotional about it. Yeah, because I'm an emotional person. I cried a lot of things.
Dude, same.
And sometimes I cannot get my words out. And having the words that I wrote down when I felt them in that moment in front of me, so that way I can get them out to the people, that helps so much.
Yeah. I want to elaborate on that, and then I'm going to say something different. I totally agree with you, but just to give Danielle a couple of options here.
Multiple opinions.
Yeah,
for sure.
So to elaborate on what you said, I also think journaling is super great because for me sometimes it's just the act of getting it out, and then it's good enough, But another tool that my therapist had given me is have a secondary journal, or maybe it's in the same journal. It's however you want to do it, right? But this time you are, and I'm going to preface this with, it doesn't go anywhere. This is for you, okay? But you're writing a letter to the person that you're upset with, right? So maybe at 17, you're upset with your best friend or your mom or a coworker, I don't know, your life, and you're just writing a letter, just full on, no holds bar, like why you're upset with them.
This is how I feel.
This is how I feel. This is how you made me feel. And then you do what you want with that. You burn it, you throw it in like I guess you don't want to litter, but I was going to say you can bury it, like just like do what you want with that. It doesn't have to go to that person because it's your truth, right? But sometimes just writing that letter and just getting it out is enough, right?
That's great. Yes, that's also really good too.
I've used that tool a couple of times and it's been really helpful. I think when you're really struggling and you don't know how to talk to people, but you need to talk to someone, therapy. I mean, I know Hannah and I are both really big proponents of therapy, and I know it's harder when you're younger because you're kind of at the bounds of your parents to be like, hey, can you pay for this? Or like you're under their insurance. And so just having that open conversation with your parents and be like, hey, like, I think that this would be really beneficial for me. Can we please look at these avenues? And a lot of insurance and therapy is actually free, not all, but a lot, and I think that's really helpful. Another thing is target that aggression somewhere else, right? So put it into painting, put it into kickboxing, working out,
Go for a run.
Do something that will give you endorphins.
As a parent, when a child comes to you or when you go to your parent, it's very nice and very, like, if you're comfortable with that, obviously, don't do something you're not comfortable with.
Right.
If it's an honor as a parent to know that your child feels comfortable with you, or like anybody feels comfortable with you to express how you are feeling, to show that vulnerability. So as a parent, it's it's quite an honor, and it feels real nice.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one. It's definitely a random question.
Yeah.
But do you wear fragrances? If so, which one is your favorite? This is from Divine 700.
I love perfume. I'm a huge perfume person. I used to wear a lot of it. A lot of it's not the right word. I used to wear a lot of different flavors or scents, not flavors. We're not licking it. This isn't the Tide Pod era. But one that has been my go-to since like college, I've bought like 3 bottles of this. I'm trying so hard to find it on their website because I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's like American Eagle Live or something. It's like a golden bottle that kind of looks like a teardrop or something. And like that's been my scent for like a minute. It's like a warm, like, I don't know. I really enjoy it. I used to be like, when I was younger, into like the citrusy stuff,
Ooh,
but now I'm like, I'm too old to be rocking some citrus,
Yeah, fair.
There's definitely like, in my opinion, different scents are marketed to like different age groups, right? Like in middle school, rocking some Love Spell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not rocking that as an adult. I feel like that's kind of weird,
Yeah.
But yeah, there was another one that I really loved that got discontinued by Victoria's Secret. And because it got discontinued, I cannot remember it, but it was my favorite scent. And I have one roller of it left, and I use it so sparingly because
you're like, only a little.
It doesn't exist anymore. And it was just the most beautiful. Oh my God, I miss it. But what about you? What are you rocking?
So I'm going to be honest. My husband brings me what he thinks I'll like, and he's usually spot on.
Oh, okay.
So, because he works in retail, and so there's a fragrance department in his store, right?
Yeah.
And so he'll get all the demos, all the little like, ooh, try this, and he'll bring them home and be like, try these, and I'll never remember the names because I'm like, I just like this one. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. And then he brings it home and then I use it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I couldn't tell you the names of them. I do know that it's super freaking bougie stuff that I would never buy on my own ever in a million heckin' years ever.
Okay, so like, is it more like warm, ambery? Is it like
So
give
I
us a
have
scent
two different
profile.
ones. Yeah. So I have two different ones that I kind of bounce between depending on my day, right? So like what I'm feeling. So one of them is a softer, warmer scent that's like, oh, it reminds me of like when you're walking in the forest and that smell of the trees and the moss and the rain.
Oh, okay.
With like a little hint of spice to it, kind of like that. That's like that one.
I like a little
And
spice.
that's like, yeah, and that one's like the super bougie one. So I go rare on that one.
Mhm.
But then the other one is a soft, like hibiscus smell. So like, if you ever, it's not like pungent floral in your face or anything like that. Oh God. But like, I can't stand those. For me, my nose is like, no thanks.
Right.
But it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to Hawaii and you've stepped off the plane and you get that like kind of
sea salty,
flowery smell.
Okay.
That's the other one. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bounce in between the two of those. They're both like soft and subtle, and they kind of change a little bit as the day goes by and as like I move around and sweat and whatever.
Your pheromones, like your perfume on you is going to smell different on me.
Correct.
Because our skins are like
different.
Like it's different. We react to stuff differently. Like oh my gosh, one of my friends, Brian, he has like the best fucking cologne ever. It's like some Gucci thing, dude, like $300. And he walked by me. I literally grabbed him by the arm and I was like,
come back.
No. I was like, what are you wearing? I need it. I need to know what you're wearing right now. And he told me the name of it. I forgot the exact one, you know?
Right.
And then I went in the store and I smelled it and I'm like, it's not the same. Like it's not the same. But like on Brian, oh my God.
Oh man.
I love cologne. I'm a big fan of cologne.
I like smell goods. The Hubs goes in between like 3 or 4 different ones, right? Because he has them. But they all, like, anytime he puts them on in the morning, I instantly wake up and I'm like, good morning. Like, hello. You smell
hello?
delicious.
You smell so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a fun question. All right. Also, I just looked it up. I'm a fucking cry. They discontinued my American Eagle Live.
They never. Well, this is why we can't have nice things.
This is why I can't have nice things. I've used this perfume for like 15 years. I'm so now I'm gonna have to like hoard my bottle. Oh my God.
Oh my God. We're gonna have to find you something.
Yeah, I need something.
I'll just bring a bunch of samples for you.
Oh my God, I love that. Please send them. All right, y'all. Here's an interesting one. Okay, this one's from Grace. She says, I'm struggling with talking to people about how I act and react to things.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. And I think it takes the mindset of realizing that you cannot control how someone is going to react to what you say. You know, you can only control your reaction. So if you say something and you say it in a polite way, right? It's not even like a tonal, like you're giving attitude, whatever. And they react aggressively. That's on them. That's on them. That is not your fault, right?
Yeah, that's a hard thing too. And that's something like, even as like an adult, even as an adult, shivers. That's something you learn every single day. Like that's a constant thing that you are reminding yourself of, like, this is how I feel about a certain thing. And if I'm going to express this to you, I cannot control your reaction to this. I can only control my own emotions, right? Like you were saying. You can't control anybody else's emotions. That's not your responsibility to limit your own reactions and how you feel just to make the other person feel better.
That's not healthy. I'm going to interrupt you there, though. I think it's your responsibility within reason, right? Because,
right. Well, that's what I mean.
Like, because there are some people that, like, will just say some rude ass shit, you know?
Oh, God.
And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, that's true.
That's your inside voice. Like, that's the voice that's in your head. We don't say that, you know?
Right.
And I think that there's a difference between speaking your truth and
Hurting someone.
Right?
Yeah.
But on that of like how you react to things, I relate to this in the sense, and I'm open about this on like my Twitch streams and stuff. And some people know this about me. Some people probably don't who listen to the pod. And you wouldn't get it by like my personality, but I'm extremely spiteful. And I am aware of this quality. I know that it is not good. And I try my best to not let what someone else says, like just get under my skin and then me do something just because you know.
Yeah.
And so how I've kind of talked myself into being an adult and not just reacting with emotion, right? Is say it's not that big of a deal. Like, don't worry about it. It's whatever. And these are in my inside voice.
Right.
Like conversations I'm having with myself of like, don't react that way. Like that's not helpful.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Just react in a way that is helpful. And if your inside voice is like, that's not going to be a helpful reaction, then don't say it. Right.
Right. I understand that.
All to say, don't just not tell someone something because it's going to hurt them. Right. Like, because
think about word it right. I would say
verbiage is wording it.
Wording.
And tone of voice is so important.
Yeah, I so like to elaborate on that, I guess, yes, that's what I mean is because sometimes I'll just explain it and be like, don't do the thing. But like in my own brain, I'm like, you have to kind of read the room, right? And you have to like, if something was said that hurt your feelings, you should tell them, but you don't have to tell it in a way that's going to like bounce back at them. Be like, you know what I mean? Like, what does the therapist say? Don't use the you messages. Say the like, I felt this way when this was said. Yeah. Because then it's, it's on you. It's your reaction, right? So.
Well, and you can sit on it too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If someone said something to you and in the moment you're really upset, right?
Ooh,
Don't worry. Just kind of like get yourself in a better headspace, and then later when you're ready to have like a productive conversation, be like, hey, that comment you made, it didn't feel good. I felt like this when you said that, and I think that that's a little bit more constructive than just immediately reacting with emotion, because then you might say something that you don't mean. You're saying it out of spite. You're saying it because they hurt you and you want to hurt them,
Yeah. Call back to journaling again. You could put it all back into journaling.
Oh my gosh. I love the person that our next question is from. This is from Fix Cotton, who is a longtime community member who used to go by Chic. And so I love you so much. And they're shout out because I know that they listen to the pod, so we love you, BB.
Nice.
All right,
love you.
Your question is, how do you determine if a friendship has taken its course?
Oh,
that's a deep one.
Continued communication, I guess, or because there are times when like even you and I like go for a while without talking, but then we jump right back in.
And I know that we're still friends. Like
100%.
Okay, I'm gonna view this question more so as, how do you know when like it's kind of time to end the friendship? That's how I'm viewing it, as like
it's taking its course. Okay,
it's taken its course. It's run its run, and like maybe we're
moving on.
Maybe we're moving on. Okay. I think so. There's two different perspectives here, right? There is the perspective of you have friends in your life that go through seasons, right? So you have some friends that are going to be with you for every season of your life, and you have some friends that are going to be there for certain seasons. But that doesn't mean that they're not your friend. It's that their season and your season didn't match at the same time, but then maybe you come back later, right? So I wouldn't burn the bridge. I wouldn't be like, we're not friends anymore. Like I would just quietly exit, and then you guys come and talk when the time is right, right? But if this is a friend who you are continuously talking to and you're just like, maybe I don't really like you right now, you know, you can talk to them about that behavior. Like I had a friend, for example, who was in a very different season of life than I was. I was doing the corporate America thing and they were doing coke and partying every weekend, you know?
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a different season.
That's a very different season. And I was like, I don't like your behavior right now. You know, I didn't tell that to this friend, but I just distanced myself. I was like, I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm not going to call you because I don't want to hear about how you're mad that you think someone might have stolen your Coke. You know, like that's crazy. And why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
I think if you're realizing that you're in a different season than a friend and you're just like, maybe I don't know, you're just not in the same groove. You're not talking about the same things. You're not going to the same place in life. You're not trying to better your career. You know, those are little tall tale signs of we're not on the same page anymore.
Right. Yeah. I would say, because I've definitely had some, because we've moved around a bit. And so like I would make friends in my area. And then while I was there, we were friends and we would hang out and we would do the things, you know, and stuff like that. But then when I moved away, I would continue trying to reach out and talk to them and see how everybody's doing. But I never got, like, if I didn't do it, it wouldn't happen. And so I kind of just slowly stopped doing that and realized that, you know what, that's okay. I was thankful for them and to be in my life when I had them in my life. And I wish all the best because I think they're amazing humans and I love them so much.
Yeah.
But I don't need to put in an effort on my end when I feel that an effort is not put back the other direction. That's just my personal opinion on that.
I am so grateful that you're my friend because like, dude, I'm the friend that like I forget to text you or I will read the message and I won't respond, but I got the message, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's different though, because to me, because I know how
you know how I am. Yeah, and all my friends do know how I am, so I'm very, very grateful that they understand that that's just how I am.
Yeah.
But I'm reluctant to agree with you on the like putting in effort thing because I do agree, like there should be some form of like effort given and effort taken kind of thing. If you're the one that's always reaching out all the time, that's exhausting.
That was me all the time.
Yeah.
But like for you, like when I reach out and be like, hey, what's up? Like I know you see it.
Yeah.
And you'll respond when you'll respond. And that's totally okay. Because you do respond. But you still do.
Later.
You still do. That's the point. It's fine. But what I'm saying is there was never, it started to be like, it was a one-sided conversation is what I mean.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I can take a hint.
I can take a hint. Yeah. They were
kind
of letting you go.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's great. You know?
Yeah.
Good luck in all of your endeavors. And I wish you all the best kind of a thing.
I think if you're in a position where you both are like slowly kind of reaching out to each other, but you don't want to be this person's friend anymore, then just reach out less and just make it less, you know, but maybe it's every couple of months, you know, and that way that person is still kind of in your life and they're still kind of there for you. Maybe for when you guys rematch on that season of life.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that too. Because like I didn't burn any bridges. And I'm sure if I like reached out to them and be like, holy crap, I haven't talked to you in forever. How the hell are you?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh my God, you know, back, which is fine. But like I'm okay. I'm okay with where I'm at right now too. And I think that that's important to kind of the seasonal things to be like, yeah. We'll touch base again. Maybe not right now.
Yeah. I know ghosting is kind of bad, but like I don't think it needs to be said though, because I think that's when it feels worse. That's when it feels like we're not friends anymore, when you're like hey, I don't really want to talk to you right now. Or like, I don't really like where you're at in life. Like, I'm going to distance myself. Like when you put that like that verbiage in the like universe, it feels more permanent.
Fair enough.
But maybe I'm just a little bit more passive. I don't like confrontation. So we'll preface with that as well.
I don't like confrontation, but I also am not afraid to approach it in a cautious manner of like that read the room moment. Be like, hey, I really need to talk to you about some things because this is how I have been feeling.
Yeah.
And make it more about like how I have been feeling versus like, you're a bitch.
You're a bitch. I hate you.
You're a bitch. I hate you.
Well, and that's another thing too, is just like, if you want to keep that friendship, be an adult and have that open dialogue. Be like, hey, like your behavior towards me or the way you reacted in this scenario, like I didn't really like that. And just kind of have those conversations. And you should be able to check your friends, right? Like when your friend is doing the thing, you should be like, listen, like you're wrong, you know? And your friend should be checking you too. You know, it shouldn't just be
100%
like that. But hopefully you're not having to end a friendship, or if you're thinking about that, that's always heavy. And I'm sorry, that kind of sucks.
It is heavy. Yeah. All right. So here's the next one. It's not Leah.
Yeah.
I'm on summer break, but it's almost over. So I just want to know more things I can do.
Okay. We love some summer break ideas. What are you and your kids doing for summer break? Maybe that can be some ideas that they can have.
Well, at the moment, we are indoor cats, and because it is hot as hell outside. Yes. So we play a lot of tabletop games at our house.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so we'll play some tabletop games like Catan, or my daughter's actually cooking up a little D&D sesh for us.
Ooh.
Yeah, that she'll be DMing, which is exciting.
Your family is so fucking cute. Stop. Like, I love you guys.
So we'll be doing that soon. And then I would say, I don't know, if it's too hot, stay inside because you don't want to get like heat stroke or sunburn or whatever like that. Maybe read a book, start a book. Listen to a podcast. I don't know. Start a movie marathon. These are all indoor things, right? So outside, go to the park, go for a walk. Maybe there's a local pool or like an activity center that you could like go to.
Yeah. I have so many things.
Okay, go for it. I'm like, I'm tapped out.
Like, listen, I love summer. Summer fun is like my favorite thing in the whole world. So here's some, like, if your family has expendable income and you want to go do activities, go-karting, so much fun. I love go-karts. That's like my favorite thing in the world. Miniature golf is super fun. Ooh. You could go laser tagging. Like that's really, really fun. Some places have like a high ropes course, and that's like adventure spirit. I've seen ones that are indoors and outdoors. So kind of getting out of the heat a little bit. Maybe there's a theme park in your area, like a Six Flags, you know. I think that's relatively inexpensive. I know back when I was a kid, it was like, bring a Coke can, get $20 off. And it was like a $30. It was stupid, whatever. If you're a little older, I know when I was older, my friends and I, we would go like rollerblading throughout the entire town and just kind of like go everywhere. It was so much fun. Like we didn't have to like stay in our neighborhood. We just literally went everywhere. Like if you're trying to do some more free stuff, like hiking is free, going to fun parks are free. You can color if you already have the supplies at home, like painting and coloring
books or
crafting, origami. If you
could LARP.
You could yo. Am I about to spread the good word of LARP?
Amped Guard. Listen, we are.
I love LARPing. It's so much fun. You can go onto the Orc. So Google Orc, O-R-K space Atlas, A-T-L-A-S, and then click whatever the first or second one is, right? And then it will show you a map of all the different LARPs in the area. And then you can find the one that is closest to you for Amp Guard style LARPing, which is very fun. 13 up. You can LARP. That's free. There's tons of stuff. I know for me personally, my goals this summer, I wanted to float the river. We have a river that you can get into like inner tube and just kind of float. I really wanted to do that. I wanted to go to a different town and just kind of explore it. Like I love like cute little kitschy towns that have like fun little main streets with shops, you know? That's always a vibe. And then I'm a big fan of like ice cream, like going to various different ice cream parlors is like kind of the vibe, you know.
I like a gelato,
Right?
actually. I lean more gelato than ice cream. I think gelato is made with less dairy.
Yeah, it's not as fat. Like there's less fat in it, which I think makes it creamier.
Girl, I had the best gelato.
Oh, I bet. Gelato's amazing. I don't think I've met a bad
so
gelato.
I had, when we were on vacation, because we would just went on vacation, I had a blackberry and bitters gelato. It's the best gelato I ever had.
Interesting.
It was so good. It was like a sour deliciousness. But yeah, so there's some things you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is a rough subject.
Heavy.
But
yeah.
heavy. This one's heavy. This one's from Strawberry Malts. And they say, my father is homophobic, but I somewhat like this girl at my school. They're also female.
I have suggestions, but I think that you probably have some experience in this, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Let's talk about it.
So I have a glorious, beautiful trans son. And I love my children so much. I don't want to like get emotional because anytime I talk about it, because it's like, I just so much love
It's your
for
kids.
them. You know what I mean?
You
It's the
care.
kids.
Yeah.
You care. And so when I hear that a father or a parent acts a certain way without regard to even how their children are feeling, like if they say something and then it like clearly hurts their kids, but they just don't know this and they're not paying attention, that hurts my feelings for them, for the child. You know what I mean? And so to establish this is like we need to go to therapy. We need to have a serious talk about this. I don't know how old you are, and I don't know the situation in which you live. But as far as liking this girl, talk to her. Tell her how you feel. As far as telling your father, that's a harder subject to approach.
Yeah.
That's a little bit rougher. I don't want to say keep it hidden because that's not healthy for you. But I also don't want you to be in a not safe situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was going to say. And again, coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't have kids, right? So I think that's important too. And I think age should be taken into account here because we don't know how old you are. So
correct.
If you are on the younger side, let's say I'm going to go 2 different age groups because my answer is going to change, right? So let's say like 8th grade, 9th grade and lower, right? So that's like 15 and lower. I personally would keep that shit to yourself and flirt with this girl at school, have it be a school thing. You know what I mean? But your parents don't need to know what's going on in your life. Like they don't need to know every single detail. They don't need to know all the crushes and stuff that you have. And that's my personal opinion because like in middle school, like you're kind of just hanging out with your partner online and playing video games together maybe, but like maybe you're hanging out and going to each other's houses, but there's not a whole lot of like intimacy that's happening at that age, right?
Right. And
then once you get older, right? So say we're talking sophomore, that's 16 years old and up.
Yeah.
This now becomes how I kind of see it is like your safety is more important. And I would personally only share with your parents what they need to know, but keep yourself safe. So if they see that you're hanging out with someone and you could lie and say that they're just a friend, just so that you are safe and that you have a place to stay and a roof under your head, because I don't know the degree of your parents, right? Some parents would kick them out of the house. And then now we're talking about a homeless high schooler, right? That's not okay. And I don't want your life to be
A struggle in that way.
a
Hard.
struggle. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if you start struggling early, it is so hard to climb out of that hole. And then that's going to be your 20s, right? And I don't want that for you. And while, Hannah, I agree with you that you shouldn't lie, that's not healthy.
But safety is more important.
Yes, safety is more important, especially when we're talking about homophobic and parents, right? Because you are stuck in that situation until you turn 18.
And it's a terrible situation, and I'm sorry for you. And I wish I could I'm like want to be mama bear right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm full blown mama bear moment.
Yeah. But once you turn 18, then you can disclose this information because now you are your own adult and you can move out and you don't need your parents' signatures for stuff. You're under your parents' insurance until I think you're 25, 23. Depends on your state,
About then,
I think.
yeah, it depends on your state. Yeah.
23 to 26. I think Illinois was 26 or something, but 23 to 26 is when you're typically on your parents' insurance. So if you don't need that, then you can tell them or you can wait, because a lot of parents' reaction a lot of the time is, honey, we knew, and so
that's what mine was.
yeah, like we already knew.
Yeah.
So if maybe your mom is a little bit more understanding, you can tell them and be like, please don't tell dad, or maybe if you need to tell an adult in your life. But for me, how I kind of view it, again, not having children, I think safety is more important, and stability.
You could also, yeah, true. I was going to say too, if the school that you go to has a school counselor, they're also, depending on the state and depending on the laws in the state, because sometimes if you come out to your counselor, they are obligated to tell your parents.
Yeah.
So I would check the laws on that. But even if you have a friend to talk to also, just know that like you're not alone, and there are several people that are also in your situation, but please, safety first.
Yeah.
Okay?
Safety first. And I think there's like online groups that you can join and stuff like that to like get people's perspective, talk to them, etc. Like if you feel like in your friend group you're not ready to come out to your friends because of fear, there's online friends, right? There's people that you don't know online going through the exact same thing you're going through, and maybe that's another situation where you can feel more comfortable talking to them. But
and build that confidence in yourself too. So
but thank you for opening up to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, here's an interesting one. This one's from Gly Z, and they say what's been on their mind is social anxiety and then the fear of public speaking.
Ooh.
I'm in this boat too, right? I'm so shy. Like I don't like being the center of attention, but online I don't care because I can't see your eyes. I don't know how many people are actually there, but like IRL, I'm like, oh, don't perceive.
Don't perceive me.
Don't perceive.
I don't like to be the center of attention, but I am the opposite of this.
You don't care about public speaking?
Nope.
Okay. What is your like mentality on that?
So if you have to public speak, like if you have to stand up in front of somebody or in front of a group of people or a crowd of whatevers, pick a spot that's on the wall far away that's not looking at anybody and
just
focus on that spot.
Yeah. Okay.
And like everybody is different, right? Too. Like some people imagine the crowd as something else. I just don't. Pick a spot on the wall. I also, that helped me to actually move to then looking at the crowd and making eye contact with what I say, because then I can make a deeper impact on what I'm saying to the crowd.
Oh, yeah. If you're connecting with them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that can be hard because you are front and center. Hey, how's it going? And so that I can understand. Social anxiety in a room, there's somebody like that also, and they're usually hiding in a corner. And so like you guys can be corner buddies.
Yeah, I'd be like,
You know,
hey, me too.
Like, hey,
I
me
hate
too.
this.
I hate this. And then then you'll get a little comfortable, right? And then you'll be able to talk to somebody maybe. And if not, that's okay. If you're just not ready to be in the crowd or in front of people, then don't be. But like, if you have to, work on those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, like, to give you some other things to think about as well, another perspective is like preparation, right? Like when it came to like, when I think of public speaking, just because like I don't have a job that I'm public speaking, all that stuff, whatever. When it comes to like schoolwork is what comes to mind, is like presenting a project.
Yeah.
Preparation, right? So understanding the subject that you're going to be talking to people in front of about and being prepared. Like if you know what you're talking about, then you're going to come off as confident because you already are familiar with that subject. And if you're coming off as confident, then other people are going to believe you. They're going to be engaged, right?
They're going to listen. Yeah.
They're going to listen. Yeah. But if you're like, maybe it's, people are going to start feeling uncomfortable, and then they're going to be like, oh, I just want this to be over. Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
So that could be something just like preparation. And then when it comes to social anxiety, I think it's easy for you to think that all eyes are on you and everyone is thinking about you, whatever. But think about it like this. When you're in the crowd, are you really being like, wow, that person's pants are so ugly. Why did they do their hair like that? Like, nobody is thinking about you. They're like, what's for lunch today? Like, what am I going to do after school? Or what am I going to do after work? You know, they're literally not thinking about you. They're just sitting there because they have to.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and especially even if you're like in a friend group and you're feeling a little anxious around your friends, I promise you, what you think that they're thinking about is not that. Like everyone has their own little bubble and their own little world. And the comment that you made, they don't care. But something that I do, if I slip up and I say something that I probably shouldn't have, or something might be misconstrued, I will lead with this sentence. And I say this all the time. I'll be like, hey, just so I don't have social anxiety later, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, so an example could be like, hey, just so I don't have social anxiety later, when I said that I don't like pudding, I didn't mean that I don't like your pudding. You know, like if someone made pudding or cookies or whatever, and you're like, I don't like that. Like, you know, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're going to think that I fucking hate them. Like,
yeah.
No, just feel like it's not your cookies or your pudding that I dislike. It's just, it's a texture thing. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
Just kind of leading with, hey, just so this happened, and then you can clear that up. And then I never think about it again. Like that's my little thing.
I would also say too, coming from like theater kid standpoint, if you have a speech, definitely, like you said, knowing what you're talking about is good. Also practice in front of a mirror.
Ooh,
I know it sounds silly, but practice.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. This next one comes from Giselle, and they say, trying my best to be an adult and finding my way, yet always seem to get it wrong. Am I doing it bad? No, Giselle, you're not doing it bad. We're just, I feel like as adults, we don't realize this as a kid, but as an adult, like you're just doing your best with what you have available for you. And you're figuring it out as you go. I don't think anyone has their shit together. I think they're all just literally figuring it out.
Yep. Can confirm.
Can confirm.
I would say you're like a bowling ball in the bowling alley with the bumpers.
And you're just going back and forth, back and forth.
And you're just going to go back and forth. And it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay to not have the answers. I feel like failing is how you learn, right? If you are not failing at stuff, then you're not learning anything. And then this way you're like, okay, well, that didn't work, so now I'm not going to do that again, right? Like as a kid, you learn don't touch the stove, it's hot, because you touched the stove and it was hot, and then you never did it again as an adult because you're like, I don't want to feel that again. So
Yeah.
if you're making bad choices, then you're kind of learning what not to do as an adult.
Correct. Yeah. So it's kind of like, failing upwards.
Ooh, I like that. Failing upwards.
Yeah. Because, I mean, how else, like you said, how else are you going to learn unless you fail? And don't be afraid to fail. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. Yeah. Embrace the fail.
Embrace the fail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as long as you have a roof over your head and a job, you're doing pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you need help, ask your other people for help. Or even if you see friends that are adults and you're just like, dude, you have your shit together. Like, what are you doing? Just ask them what they're doing, Maybe they have a calendar or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll be like, dude, I don't have my shit together. This is just what I do. And then they'll tell you what they do. And maybe you try that and it may or may not work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then adapt. Like try something different.
Adapting for sure. Like getting out of bed at a certain time, or maybe you shower at a certain time. Like just the little things that help you with a routine. I think routines are good.
Routines are good. I also actually, personal note, started setting alarms in my phone because I get distracted for some reason. Crazy. So weird. I set an alarm. So I'll start doing a task and then I'll set an alarm that says change tasks. So I'll get myself, like I'll do what I can with the first task, right? Or I get it done. And then if I have it done, then I can start the next task that I need to do immediately after that. But like the alarm, so like the other day I had a certain amount of time to like play games. So I played games for a little bit, changed, my alarm went off and I changed tasks. And then I unpacked the closet and went through everything in there. So then I was productive, right? So I got to play and then I was also productive. And then I also I set an alarm for myself to get ready for work. So then I broke down my day. So that worked for me.
Yeah, that's a really good way to do it. I have to sit at my desk for several hours a day. So I have a timer on my desk and I'll do a task for an hour or 45 minutes or 30 minutes. And then I'll set a 5-minute timer. And then that 5-minute timer is my reward of like scrolling or playing a game or doing something that's not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and yeah, similar, but different.
Yeah. Okay. So this next one is from Mirror Angel. They say, I've been overthinking lately because of the upcoming school year. Any tips?
What grade? We need to know more deets.
Yeah. So like if you're going into junior high, let's say, middle school age range. Okay. Overthinking. Boy, I'm overthinking this right now. Mac?
Okay. I got so many things. Listen. I loved school. Not because I was a nerd, but because it was just fun. School was so much fun. Okay, if you're going into high school, my biggest tip for you is extracurriculars. So like join sports, do orchestra, do theater, do art, like do a club, because that's how you're immediately going to find friends that are like-minded and do something similar to you, right? So you'll immediately click with the people that are in that extracurricular because you guys are all there because you like the said thing, right? So that's like my big tip for high school. My big tip for college is the syllabus is your fucking Bible. Like, do not throw that thing away. You are going to need that and read it, get ahead in homework, because a lot of that homework in college like piles up so quickly and then you're swamped. So if you're free, no, you're not, get ahead. That's how I kind of took college by the reins. And also there's a website called ratemyprofessor.com. Oh my God, use that. That website shows all the teachers that go to that school, what class they teach. And then, because in college, you get to pick your class, which means you get to pick your teacher, right? So
Right.
if the website is like, this teacher is known for giving pop quizzes, this teacher is known for giving 10-page essays, this teacher doesn't use the book, don't buy it, like it saves you
insider help.
It's very, very, I love that website. That's literally how I planned my entire college.
And then tips for junior high.
Tips for junior.
Clubs probably also.
Clubs, but also like junior high is where you're really starting to like get real homework and like understand what that is, right? Because in elementary school, like you're probably doing your homework in class is my guess, if you even have any,
Yeah.
And so in middle school, when you're getting real homework, if you are overwhelmed and you need help, ask the teacher. So a lot of teachers will have like open hours for like lunch or after school. Ask them for help. And that way you're realizing like this is what homework is. And then it's going to give you good habits for when you get into high school and to college. Because I think that's like the big difference between elementary school and middle school is homework.
Yeah. And I would also say too that it is like a new year and everything like that, but it's going to go by so fast. And I'm sure you hear that all the time, but you're going to blink and then it's going to be Christmas break and then you're going to blink again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be spring break and then it's going to be done. So you got this. Deep breaths. Mm-hmm.
All right. This one is really similar. Okay. This is a similar one. So Open BO says, I'm a high school student and I need advice on how to manage time better while fighting procrastination and laziness.
Yeah, I was a big procrastinator.
Or were you undiagnosed ADHD? Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Fighting procrastination and laziness. My warning bells go off and I just see undiagnosed ADHD here is like what my brain says, because I don't think people are inherently lazy or procrastinate. I think there's like their brain is like, can't do the thing until deadline and then I can do the thing.
And then I can do the thing.
That's how ADHD is, at least,
Oh.
It's not that I'm lazy. It's that my brain, I cannot do it unless I have a day or two left and then I'll do it. I think what we were suggesting earlier with timers, right? That could be really helpful for homework.
Yeah. Like maybe when you come home from school, take a few minutes for yourself, set a timer. If you think your brain will work better that way. My brain works better if I come home, get it done, and then I relax.
Same.
But not everybody is like that. So you can set a timer or an alarm for how long you think, give it like an hour. Let's say I think an hour is probably enough to kind of like chill, get whatever, and then get into homework.
You're so generous. I was going to be like 30 minutes. Like watch an episode of whatever, a cartoon, 25 minutes and then get into it.
Yeah. For me, if I do that, I'm not going to want to go back. So like,
get right into it.
I have to jump right into it. And if I don't, then I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was helpful. Probably not very helpful, but
Probably not.
Yeah. Do the thing right when you get home from school. Don't wait.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion.
That would be my suggestion. Yeah.
This one's from Alexander Hoffman. But what is the most fun thing you've done?
There's so many things I've done. I've lived a life, y'all. I've lived a life. I mean, going to Mexico with my friends, that was really fun. I love vacation. I'm a big fan of taking vacations. Going to Disney was really fun. I love roller coasters. LARP is so much fun. And that's every weekend,
Yeah, I would say adventures.
Yeah.
Any sort of adventure or vacation has always been the most fun. I would say probably one of my top 5 fun things, I guess, that I've done would be when I graduated high school. My dad and I went backpacking on a trip to Alaska.
Oh my gosh.
And we were gone for a month and a half.
That's amazing.
It was incredible. So we flew into Bellingham, Washington, and we got on the ferry boat, which is the Alaskan Marine Highway, is what it's called. And we brought a tent, like backpack, like we were backpacking, like that's what we were doing. And because you can set up a tent on what's called the solarium of the boat, which is like the top part of the boat. And so we did that, and we just went from port to port and just hung out each day for a little bit. And then we went all the way up to Sitka. And then we stayed in Sitka for about a week and a half or so ish. And then we just were like, are we good here? Yeah, we're good. And so then we came back. That's what we did. And it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah. And like a core memory, right? Like
core memory for sure. Because like I remember whales breaching next to the
gosh.
boat. I remember seeing like walking through rain, and I was completely soaked, which was less fun. But you know, it's Alaska and it was summertime, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Seeing bears from the boat too on the shoreline, like ripping apart a fish. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
So cool. Like National Geographic moments,
you
know? So
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite things.
I'm struggling to like pinpoint a singular moment that was like more fun than another, you know, because it's just like trips in general for me are very fun. Like I always am like, that was so much fun when I got to go somewhere and experience a thing, I guess. I really enjoy that.
Or like now too, as an adult, and I have a family, and when we get to go on trips all together, like we would go to the Oregon coast, or we've gone to, you know, San Diego, hung out on the beach and visited people there. And then like just recently we went Columbia River Gorge area and glamped. Experiences are fun and hard to pick because
there's just so many.
They're all so fun, and
they're all fun in their own way too.
I agree.
All right, Willardry says work stress has been on their mind. Girl, same. So work stress is always hard because it's something that you have to do, right? It's not something that you want to do. You need it to make money to then live and provide for your family or yourself. And I think when it's something that you don't want to do, but you have to, that's what leads to burnout. And then when you're burnt out, then your regular life outside of work isn't as bright because you're just so tired from work that thinking of literally doing anything else sounds like the worst thing in the world. And I have been there. I'm still on the recovery of that. I burned out really hard for like 2 years straight. Dealing with work stress is a matter of having a way to unwind and do something for yourself at home, whether that is a hobby that you have, a self-care kind of moment.
Yeah, finding that balance between like you have your work, but then making sure to take time for you. That's what's I think is important. Too.
Yeah.
Like you said,
balance that stress.
100%. And that's hard. That's a daily struggle for sure.
Yeah, because you have to do it, you know.
But make yourself a priority. That's important. This next one's from Hazel Kitty. Career ideas. But what do you like? Like, what do you like? I need more sustenance here.
Okay, Hazel, here's what you're going to do. You're going to put a list. You're going to write a little listy poo of all the things that you like to do. Okay. What brings you joy? And then of those things, you can put a list of what are careers in that path, right? So if you like drawing, artist, illustrator, a digital asset manager, you know, like there's different things that you can,
there's different
things in one career path, right? And that way you can kind of narrow down the things that you like to do and things that you're good at, and then how to make that into a job. So something that you could do is like go to Indeed, for example, or Google, or the dreadful AI, you know, and just type in on Indeed, the website, you can type in like something that you like to do, drawing, for example. And then look at all the jobs that have drawing in it. If you're like really good with your hands, like woodworking, then look up all the jobs that have woodworking. And that's how you can kind of get an idea of what's out there, and then look at not the responsibilities, but like
what that entails.
Yeah, the job requirements, like what you need to have under your belt in order to do that. Yeah. And then that kind of steers you in a direction of a degree and skills and classes that you need to know for the thing that you want to do.
I would also elaborate on that and say like your hobbies definitely, or like the things that you like to do for sure, but also think about it in a way of like things you won't get tired of doing.
Yes.
And then hate if you
relatable.
Continue doing them. So kind of addressing that burnout preemptively before you pick your career. I knew I always wanted to be an artist, right? I told my mom I was going to grow up and be an artist, and I was going to do this and be an artist. And then things happened, life grew up, and I kind of like jumped around, did some retail stuff and all that. But now I teach paint classes and I love it. And I don't feel like I could ever get tired of it. So like that's another perspective of that, or another like level of thinking for career ideas.
Living the dream.
Make sure that what you pick isn't gonna bug you or make you hate that thing that you once loved.
Yeah.
Also,
I think that's important too, because I did the whole content creation thing. I used to love editing and all of that stuff, and now like literally when I look at Minecraft, like I literally tense up. Like it's a visceral reaction to a thing that I used to do and make money doing, you know. And now I'm like, what if we didn't? No. Yeah, you don't want that to happen. That would suck. Okay. Kai is getting interoceptive over here. That might not be a real word, but you know what I was trying to say. But Kai says, I've been thinking of freedom lately. Like in our current society, there's so much restrictions that some of us can't even find simple happiness. I think you have to find joy in the little things. The little things need to bring you joy. So whether that's like cherishing your favorite cup of tea, or the sunset looks perfect today, you know, just the little small things that you're just stopping and smelling the roses.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Stop and smell the roses, or stop and look at your surroundings. Enjoy the place in which you live.
Yes.
Take a minute, listen to our other podcast about Europeans coming to America and re-fall in love with it.
Oh my gosh. Can you just go on TikTok and start scrolling videos of foreigners enjoying Costco? It's so heartwarming. Oh my God, do I love it.
It's so wholesome. I love it so much.
So wholesome. But yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, yeah, like the little things like that, making you kind of like rethink, or not rethink, but reframe, remembering, reframe. Ooh, okay. So this one's from Charlotte Ellison. I'm about to finish an internship position and still can't find a job. Not sure what to do. Mm-hmm. Does the internship position, do they have like positions that are actually open that you can talk to them about?
I mean, I've done some internships, and it's not really like intern to work. It's like
just practice experience.
Yeah, like a lot of colleges require internship credits, and so yeah.
I didn't do the college thing. I tried it.
You're like, this sucks. I don't want to do this.
Well, yeah, because I was going for my Bachelor of Arts, and they're like, you have to take these other classes, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to pay to do that. What if we didn't? So I'm not. So go on Indeed, I guess, and just start throwing your application at places that are similar to the internship that you did, if that's what you want to pursue. I would say maybe. I don't know.
I've been in this position and I understand what you're going through. You have to be willing to move. You have to be willing to relocate. Ooh. Otherwise, your pool is going to be very, very small. Because think of all the people that are graduating from all the different colleges in the area that are all majoring in the same thing as you are. So say there's like 4 colleges in your area or state or whatever, and maybe 20% of them are, let's just say, teachers. Okay. How many schools are there, right? If you have now 2,000, 5,000 teachers trying to enter the workforce, there's not that many positions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to relocate. And I think going to another state, another city is so, you grow so much as a human, when you go somewhere else and you learn different culture. Like my first internship. So I went to school in Chicago, interned in Chicago, and then 4 months later got a job in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because I was willing to relocate. So I think that's a big one, is just opening your eyes to the whole country and not just your immediate 100 miles in any direction of where you currently live.
Interesting. That's some really good advice. Yeah, because I've never done an internship. So thank goodness you have that perspective.
Yeah. It also depends on your field, right? Because different fields have different saturation levels. But I think, just being willing to relocate will open your job market search 100%, tenfold, 200%, and that's huge.
Okay.
Well, all right, guys, that was our advice. That's what we said to you, and hopefully you liked it. Maybe you didn't.
Yeah. And like, take it with a grain of salt too. I mean, we're not like professional therapy people. Again, we are literally just humans who are average 30-somethings.
Who make mistakes and say things.
Right?
Yeah.
Fail upwards.
I love that so much. I'm going to use that.
Do it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for your responses. It's so awesome to see the interaction.
Yeah.
That,
they
you
love
guys
these.
give forth. Yeah.
Yes.
And I love it too. I love conversing.
Yeah. Maybe we do this more. I think it's been like 6 or 7 eps since the last one. So that's like 2 months. But I don't know. Do you guys want it once a month? Do you guys want it every couple of months? I don't want it to get like, oh, now they're doing another one. Like I want you guys to want this, but
right.
Yeah. Tell us on social media at A Pod to Noodle on, pretty much everywhere. Even though, y'all, I need to be better about being on those accounts. I'll be real with you, but you can also email us at somethingtonoodleon@gmail.com.
Yeah. Thanks again, you guys, so much.
Yeah. Until next time, we love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.